Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days.
It's a joke, you idiot. Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful day in Brooklyn. Soon not to be, but in Brooklyn. We got a great episode today. The candles are not lit, but we're still ready to have a fun time. Sorry, I'm in my head. I don't know why. That was so weird. With me as always, is my wonderful co-host, my number two, the man with the plan, everybody, the big dog, Mr. Ray Zawodni.
Thank you, Dylan. Why are you so nervous
Dude,
today?
I don't know. No, I
don't know what it is. You're so uptight.
You know what it
head.
was? As we started, the AC went off, and I was like, okay, good, the AC went off. And I was thinking in my head.
A little performance anxiety. Yeah, the candles aren't lit today, but they don't need to be lit because it's 361 degrees here in New York City. It's a Wednesday, so that means it's an all-new Troublemakers where you can watch our full episodes on YouTube. You can check out our reels across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and you can listen to us. If you're one of our audio listeners, we love you so much. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Pods, and when you're on those apps, what do we need them to do, Dylan? We need them to leave us.
Give them 5 stars, baby.
5-star ratings. Give us a 5-star rating. And if you do, just DM Dylan a screenshot and he will come to your house and jerk you off.
I will.
And that's a 5-star hand job too, as well. But I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right to our guest as we kick off Brandon Month. Ladies and gentlemen, returning guest, a favorite,
baby.
Brandon Barrera.
Boys, thank you.
Yeah. Welcome to the pod, baby. Welcome back.
It's good to be back, man.
Dude, great to have you.
Yeah.
Great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
We had so much fun last time. That was like the first time we met, which is what I think is really cool. I feel like we became buds.
Yeah, dude.
On the cast.
I had a good time on that pod as well. I got a lot of friends hitting me up about that freaking Sandler clip. Like, dude,
yeah,
I saw the Sandler clip. It's all over the place.
It kept getting, it was great. It kept getting reposted by golf like Instagrams.
Dude, David Spade liked it. Nikki Glaser liked it.
When you sent me that shit, I was like, Sandler's definitely seen it.
Yeah. By this point, yeah.
I was like, he's got to have seen it, dude.
I would imagine.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure Spade was like, hey, man, you got to check this out, man.
Yeah. Dude, I went and saw him in concert, actually, Sandler.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. When he was at Newark.
How was it?
It was great.
He's the best, man.
I'm gonna take a moment though to shit on his opener. God, I don't know.
Name his name. Who was it?
I don't know. His name's Jimmy something. I don't even care.
Jimmy something stinks.
Dude,
it sounds like.
No. I'm only gonna shit on him just because of, like, isn't it crazy? Like sometimes you just look at where like it's a dream to perform in a stadium. It's also like a mega dream to perform for like Adam Sandler.
Yep.
And then you watch a guy that's going up there to open. You're like, good for this guy. You know what I mean? Like he did it. He's opening, or he's doing it. He's opening for one of the biggest names in comedy ever. Just getting the moment in front of like a sold out Prudential Center crowd.
Yeah.
Gets up on stage. First words out of his mouth, he goes, "Isn't it great to be outside again, New Jersey?" I go, buddy, it's 2023.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. And the crowd did not even. Nobody. Maybe one guy was like, "Woo!"
That is a. You know what that is? That's a 2-year-old joke. You got to change that opener, dude.
More than 2. Yeah. I guess 2. Yeah, because 2021. But I mean, I'm from Florida. We were open after 2 minutes.
Yeah, they wouldn't even know what you were. They wouldn't even know what you were talking about in Florida. Like, what do you mean being out? We've been outside. What are you talking about?
I went down to Florida. I think I talked about this. I went down to Florida in March of 2021, and everything up here was closed, shut down. I went down there, and literally there were like wet t-shirt contests happening at the bars. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was living in LA, and it was total lockdown at the time. And then I was getting like texts from my buddies, and they were like, "Did you watch the news today?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't watch the news." And they were like, "Yo, check this out." And they sent me an article, and it's just like, Florida bars open after like 2 weeks of like lockdown, whatever. And then in the front page of the article is just all my friends at the bar just like going crazy. Like,
dude, there's a video. Past guest Luke Tuma, who was on 2 weeks ago when this comes out. He shows me this video that was on an Instagram account, and there's a girl, and she is outside doing a wet t-shirt in rainwater, like from the gutter coming down, and she's like, and someone's filming her doing it, and then I'm like, oh, that's hilarious, and then he's like, wait, and all of a sudden you just see him walk behind her, and he like, you see him like, he'd do like a double take and look at her, and it was like, all right, and kept walking. He's like, all my friends kept saying to me, like, it's you. I was like, it's so Florida, dude.
Dude, that's the best.
What do you think's the most irresponsible thing you did during the pandemic?
Definitely, I drove cross country with two of my best friends. We just stopped everywhere. We went to Arizona.
Did they all survive?
Oh, so it's funny. So I went with my friend Bryce and my friend Maddie, and we packed up a cooler of beers. What happened was, the long story short is I got hit up. This is actually 3 years ago. It would be 3 years ago after 4th of July, because it was 4th of July weekend. That's funny. So 4th of July weekend 2020, I get hit up by my buddies I grew up playing hockey with. They were like, hey, we're putting a team together with all the old boys. In honor of our friend who passed away in 2016. He's like, we're doing a team for chance. We need you in Tampa, Florida. I know you're living in LA, but like send me $180. We'll be on the team. It'll get you all the fees, whatever. And like, I was like, all right, cool. I don't have any hockey equipment. I haven't played in like 6 years.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, well, if you can get anything, like please. Right. So, in California, there's the flagship store, which is Hockey Monkey. They have the actual store in like Los Angeles. And so I go over there, and at the time, roller hockey was like the big thing in the pandemic because everybody was playing outside.
Yeah.
So all the but prior to the pandemic, roller hockey was a dying sport because nobody was playing. Yeah. But because of the pandemic, everybody was like, hell yeah, we want to play.
Yeah.
But before the pandemic, every hockey company fired their whole roller hockey department. So whatever was on the shelves left was all they had left because nobody was manufacturing anything else. So I show up to the Hockey Monkey store, and I'm like, I'd like a pair of rollerblades. That's basically what I need. I had all the pads, whatever. I just need rollerblades. And the guy goes, we only have one pair left. And I looked, and they were $1,100. And I was like, okay, I need to make this tournament. I need $1,100. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get it. So I leave the store, and I look at my car, and then across the street from the Hockey Monkey store is a CarMax. And I go, no fucking way am I about to do this. And I walk into CarMax, and I get my car appraised. And then they come out, as they do at CarMax, they come out, they look at your car, it takes about 30 minutes, and they come back in with like an offer. They go, we'll give you $3,000. I go, that's perfect. Then I sold my car.
Oh my God.
Get the check, mobile deposit, cash it, go back in to the Hockey Monkey store. I go, you got the skates in a size 9? He goes, that's the last pair. I go, perfect. $1,100. I call my buddy Bryce, call back my buddy Alex, who asked me to be on the fucking team. I go, can Bryce play in the tournament too? He's my ride to Florida pretty much.
Yeah.
Because no flights were going out of LA.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, Bryce can play. I go, perfect. So I tell Bryce, I go, hey, I just sold my car for a pair of roller skates. We got to drive cross country. We got to be in Florida by next week to play in this tournament. And he goes, let's do it. So we drove cross country. We started in Arizona. Got to Utah. Our friend Maddie got COVID in Utah. We had a ditcher. And then from Utah, we drove to Colorado to Chicago, stayed in Chicago for 2 weeks because we didn't know. That was when we found out Maddie actually had COVID. We dropped her off. We kept her in Utah because we were like, we don't want to even risk it.
Not the only person on a road trip to get ditched in Utah.
Really?
During COVID.
You did?
No. That girl who got murdered. She got murdered in Utah.
Oh, yeah. What was her name?
Was that the Brian Laundrie
Brian
thing?
Laundrie. Yeah.
Brian Laundrie.
I love that nobody remembers the victim's name.
We only remember the guy.
Wasn't it like
Gabby Petito.
Gabby
Yeah, there we go.
Petito.
Yeah.
Also a
Crazy.
Florida couple.
Oh,
Florida
shocker.
guy.
Florida couple.
She's
Yeah.
Long Island. He's Florida.
Oh, that's what it was.
Do you remember all the things where they were like taking drone videos, being like, the mother's hiding them in a bunker in the backyard? Do you remember that? It's like the mom gardening in her backyard, and they're like, look, she's putting something through a vent in the garden. And they were convinced, all these people are convinced that Brian Landry, whatever, was hiding underneath the bunker in like their garden.
And he was already dead in a swamp.
Yeah, he was just getting eaten by alligators.
Yeah. But yeah, so
What do you mean you left her in Utah? You just like
we were just like, she started to feel sick.
Yeah.
The day we were supposed to hit the road to go to Colorado. At the time, we were in Utah because our friend Kylie had broken her foot rock climbing. Kylie is best friends with Maddie. So Maddie was like, Kylie got to go under for surgery in a few days. I have to stay a few extra days. We were like, we have to make this hockey tournament. We cannot stay in Utah another day.
Yeah.
And then she started to feel sick, and we were like, okay, now you're definitely staying. Because at the time, it was like, if you even coughed, it was like, no, you got it. You know, so we were like, we don't want to take a risk. We were like, Mads, you got to stay. And plus, she works for Delta, so she could fly and meet us anywhere for free.
Great.
LA wasn't
Perfect.
flying, but everywhere else was doing
LA,
great.
communists.
Yeah. So we drive to Chicago, stay there for a few days, and then drive down to Florida, play in the tournament, which was the most irresponsible thing because it was like you could wear a mask if you wanted to while you were playing, but you didn't have to.
Yeah.
And then, first game back, I showed up to the rink because our game was at 6 a.m. Showed up to the rink eating a chicken artichoke panini and a grande nitro cold brew from Starbucks, which just accelerated my fucking heart rate.
Yeah.
As soon as I got on the rink, like I chased one guy on like a fucking penalty kill. Just started puking all over the rink, and everybody thought I had COVID.
Dude, I was gonna say you either shit your pants or threw up.
Yeah.
From eating that with nitro brew.
God.
Yeah. We lost every game that fucking tournament.
Hilarious, dude.
So it was worth trading in a car for rollerblades.
Oh yeah,
I can't believe you paid $1,100
That
for
is
rollerblades.
such a wild trade-in.
I have been thinking about. I know I'm moving to Astoria. Spoiler, and there is one of our buddies, Colin, former guest, plays roller hockey there. You should come and play.
I would love to.
He's trying to convince me to play, and I'm going to buy rollerblades.
Don't buy the ones I bought.
Yeah.
Actually, they are some of the best roller skates I've ever had in my entire life.
What's the brand?
You're like, do you wear a size 9? I'll sell you some rollerblades.
No, I don't wear a size 9 because I'm not a child. I wear an 11 like a man. But other than that.
Jesus Christ. It's a fucking guess, man.
I'm
You're
sorry,
shitting
dude.
all over
I'm
me.
sorry.
Dude, I got small hands. I got small feet. I'm used to it.
I have small hands too. It makes my penis look much bigger, which is great.
Yeah. People
What
are,
size feet are you, Ray?
I would 12.
That's nice.
Size feet you wear, little boy.
Well, dude, listen, you're also 4 inches taller than me, so,
Whatever, dude.
They probably always had your size at Foot Locker or
No,
something.
they did. 12's pretty popular.
Really?
Yeah.
9s are popular.
Are they?
Because you also get the women coming in and buying them. You're like, what do you mean? No.
Those big-footed broads, you know?
They come in like, I'm a size 9 man. I'm like, dude, no, not in the checkered Vans.
Not allowed.
Like, get
Not
out
allowed.
of here. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Dude, you were talking about throwing up, people thinking you had COVID. The first, I wasn't super scared of COVID after the initial first month. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, we'll chill out. We won't do as much stuff. I'll be careful. I'll wash my hands for the first time after I piss. I'll do that.
Sure.
So I end up on a plane probably in July.
Yeah.
The July after the pandemic. I was going to Des Moines. And I was like, I'm not really even scared to go on the plane. Wear a mask, we'll do our thing. And literally, right when I sit down in the plane at LaGuardia, the dude in front of me just starts violently vomiting. And I was like, I'm going to die. I was immediately, I'm shaking. I'm looking around, everybody. And I'm pretty sure, I found out, halfway through from the fucking smell and from the way the guy was acting, is he was just insanely hungover and shit's face.
Dude, everyone I realize is such a hypocrite when it came to that too, because I know a couple, my good buddy and his girlfriend, longtime girlfriend, who were the most serious about COVID out of probably all my friends. The most serious, always weren't masking up to go out until probably 2022, 23, all the time. And dude, I found out 3 months ago that in COVID, they both tested positive for COVID and then flew back to New York. And I was like, you fucking hypocrites, dude. What a bunch of hypocrites.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing that. It's don't, just be real. Be yourself.
Just say you're traveling. Who cares?
Yeah, who
That's
cares?
it. You're getting it. Who cares?
I love when you talk about COVID, Dylan, you do the Trump hand. They do this. They're going there, and you're doing the the little okay sign with the very direct. I love that shit.
I had someone the other day who bought tickets to a show, and then they messaged us, and they were like, "Oh, can we get a refund? We just tested positive for COVID." I go, "No, why? Why did you even test?
No,
it doesn't exist if you don't test."
I don't understand it. Yeah, it's over.
It's done.
It's over. It's like the cold. Bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
That's all it is. I've gotten sick 3 times since COVID, and
I never
had it.
never got it. Did you ever
vaccine?
get it? No, I get a booster every week still.
Yeah, once a week.
I'm very. Ow, dude, that's my booster arm. That's my right arm.
I did that. I tapped a guy on the shoulder once, and he went, "Oh, I just got my booster." I was like, "Never talk to me."
well, that was a bit. That was a bit I was running, especially if one of like
hilarious.
my more like anti-vax friends, or like one of my more like fucking Dr. Fauci's fucking criminal friends.
Yeah.
Anytime they touch my arm, I'll be like, dude, come on, I just got a booster.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you fucking really went and got that.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I did, but like 6 months ago. Come on, you kidding me?
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
we
it's
were
crazy time.
I did a show like pretty early on during that in the basement of God, I can't remember the name of this bar in New York, but it was like smaller than 7th Street
Really?
in like a packed fucking room,
Huh.
no masks.
No
Man, I
ventilation.
wish
I
I
wonder
could
what it's
remember.
called.
Ivan was running it. Remember Ivan?
I don't know. I
And
wasn't here.
Michael-
I wasn't here before the pandemic.
Ivan and Michael Good were running it. It's not like I can get them in trouble or anything. Ivan and Michael Good were running it. It was a fucking hot show, man. And it was in the basement of this fucking, like, I don't know, it was like a Polish bar. And which makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was just fucking jam packed and tight.
Yeah.
And man, they were good shows.
Yeah. Because everybody was just like, "Ooh, we shouldn't be here."
It was
So they
very
felt
speakeasy and dirty.
Brenton, how old are you?
27.
27.
Just turned
Okay.
27.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks.
That is something I'm jealous of you, where
Why?
you still have, because you told a bunch of stories about like the friend group that you still have last time you were on. And dude, I've seen the videos and pictures and stuff you post on Instagram. Dude, I am jealous of that because I'm 34 now, and I still have a very close group of college friends. We travel a lot. We like get together once, twice a year. But dude, now when we get together, I'm like the only one who is still, they all have kids. They're all married. They all have like, you know, they're like, I can't get too drunk tonight. And I'm the one who's like, no, let's take our clothes off and run through the streets. And they're like, what? No, I'll get fired if I do that.
Oh,
And,
my God.
dude, I'm jealous of the shit that you and your buddies have been doing.
Oh, dude. I mean, everybody I talk to, like, keep it up. So it's gonna fade. You guys are just gonna fall off one by one. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, we've lost like 3 friends now, and it's kind of just brought us like closer together. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of like the independent variable that's kind of just kept us.
It will narrow
close.
down.
Yeah, of course. I mean, people, don't really respond as much in the group chat, but then like once in a while they'll pop out. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know what I mean? And it's right back to normal. But I mean, like, dude, it just takes one little trip to just get us right back to.
Yeah.
Dude, I missed. So I was at Nashville Comedy Fest in April, and they all went to the Keys, to Key West.
Yeah.
And for my buddy Ant's birthday. But they really wanted me to come, but I was like, I got to start putting comedy like first. For these trips. Like, I'm never gonna get shit done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I can only do so many independent shows without making money. So But anyway, so they went to Key West, whatever, and they had a good time. But the whole idea of going to Key West was celebrate my buddy Ant's birthday. And they all dressed up in like do-rags and like wife beaters and cowboy boots with like cut off jorts. And they were like, come on. That almost sold me on going. But then what really almost sold me on going was back in December, I came up with this idea over like dinner. We were all out, like when I was back home in Florida for the holidays. We were talking about Ant's birthday coming up. And Ant's our one friend who just like, I'm going to put him on blast here, but he hasn't had sex in like 3 years. Like he's only had sex like twice.
It's a dangerous
Single guy?
And he's like a good looking fat guy. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. He's a little fat, he's redheaded, piercing blue eyes, got a nice full beard, does very well for himself, keeps up with himself. Like, he's a good dude, nice wholesome dude.
Yeah.
So we were like just talking, he wasn't at dinner that one day, but we were all talking, and I was like, isn't it crazy? Like, Ant's probably just at home right now, probably just clogging his parents' pipes with just because he lives at home. Like, he's probably just clogging their pipes with cum. Like, he's probably coming so much. And we just started dying. And I go, when's his birthday? And we're all like, oh, it's April 22nd. I was like, all right, for his birthday, dude, what if we got him like a toilet? and we just had it like installed in like his bedroom, so like he never had to leave the room to go come. And so
I think you were gonna say we'd get him a whore,
dude.
Oh, God.
So the week before they're all going to the Keys,
Yeah.
I get a call from my buddy Cody, and he goes, "You got to come to the Keys." And I go, "Why?" And he goes, and he puts me in a group FaceTime. My buddy Griff, my buddy Stu, and then himself. And he goes, "I'm at Home Depot right now." And I go, "You're not doing it." And he goes to the toilet section and literally finds a beautiful brand new porcelain toilet.
Oh my God.
For $80. And I go, "Yo, I can't come to the Keys, but I'll send you 20." So we all like split it. And he goes, "All right, sweet." So we all Venmo Cody $20. He buys the toilet, and then they gifted it to him. They set it all up, and they gifted it to him in the Keys. And I was telling him, so they drew a face on the toilet. It just says, "Happy birthday, Big Ant." That's what we call him, Big Ant. Then you open the lid, and it's got eyes and a face. And then inside the toilet, we drew a dartboard with points. And then on top of the seat, it says, come in me, Big Ant," with like an arrow down. And we gifted it to him. And dude, he was like on FaceTime in a do-rag, wife beater, jorts, and cowboy boots because they're getting ready to go out. And he's just like, "Bro, fuck you guys." And he goes, "I know this is Brandon's idea. This has Brandon's stupid face written all over it." And then he threw the toilet. He got drunk. He threw the toilet in the Intercoastal. And then, because they were staying at my buddy's parents' like place, he has my buddy Coleman has a beautiful house in the Keys, right on the Intercoastal. They throw the toilet off the dock, and then we were laughing about that. I was like, "How are you just gonna throw away a good gift?" And then the week after, my buddy Coleman's parents were staying at the house, and his dad went out on the dock, and he saw the toilet at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh my God.
Dude, he had to use like the boat cable like that like raises a boat to put it on like the above the dock so it doesn't sit in the water. He used the boat cable to like hook into like the toilet and brought it up.
Oh, fuck.
And it's like covered in like barnacles now, and it just looks like it's been sitting there for months.
Oh my God.
But it's just a joke that keeps on going, and like
that's hilarious.
little
dude.
things like that will just get the group chat just all fired up. We're like, "How could you throw it out? Like that was the only good toilet they had left in stock." And
he seems like he took the joke in stride though.
oh, I mean,
Yeah.
my friend group is everybody's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just
That's
like,
hilarious,
yeah,
dude.
everybody has their moment.
That's the way to live, man.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I'll show you videos and pictures
Oh, please,
later. I'll
dude.
send it
Yeah,
to
I
you
wanna
so you
see
can-
that.
Yeah.
That shit has
Fucking-
turned now into like the only times like that happens is like the rare like bachelor party once a year. I mean, I'm 30.
Yeah.
I'll be 34. We're about the same age, and you get like the craziness of a bachelor party, and then it's just kind of silence till then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still pretty active. We're doing this is our big trip. I'm taking a page out of your book. We're doing waste management next year.
Oh, great.
I'm psyched.
Nice.
What's
I'm
that?
very excited.
That's
It's the TPC Scottsdale, and it's like the greatest golf tournament. It's basically the Happy Gilmore of golf tournaments.
Yeah.
And everybody parties and like the 16th hole and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Dude, I'm very excited.
That
I
sounds
can't wait.
awesome.
One of our buddies is not going because we were supposed to go on like a trip with significant others. Have you ever done that?
I've never had
So-
a significant other to go on a trip. That's the other thing. Everybody in my friend group is single except for like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
That's great.
There's a couple of them that have girlfriends, but I mean, like, that doesn't stop them from doing anything. Yeah, my buddy, actually, one of them just got engaged. But anyway,
So we're all the married people
Yeah.
with kids are all like, "Yeah, I'm in." And then my buddies like. It's my birthday also that weekend, weirdly. My 35th birthday.
Nice.
Happy
And
birthday.
Super Bowl. Thanks, dude. And my one buddy is like, "Oh, that's my girlfriend's birthday week." So I was like, "So you'll never be able to come to Waste Management." Because as I say, he's like, we're going to New Zealand or we're going to like Africa or something. He's like, we got a plan for that. And I was like, that's a fucking nightmare, dude.
yeah, that would give me anxiety.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
like
Bothers
one
me.
of
Yeah.
it's me and another dude that are the only ones that aren't married, and then me and two other dudes that are the only ones without kids at this fucking point.
Yeah.
And I had a pretty like you're saying, like it was like 15 dudes that I went to high school with and like maintained friends with past that.
Yeah.
And they're all fucking, they just dropped like flies, dude. Except my one buddy who's even married is still like the main dude that I'll go and get fucking violently drunk with.
Oh, yeah.
And I was telling him this story off the pod. I go home with my now girlfriend who is like it's the first time she's going to Pittsburgh to meet like my friends and family, and it's like because I'm there for my dad's funeral.
Oh shit!
This is like last year, so I'm like, hey, we're gonna go over like my good buddy's house. Him and his wife, we're gonna go to the casino. It'll be a fun night. So we go and we get just wrecked. We're at the casino. We're losing money. We get back to his place, and we're crashing there. And he just got a new house, and I just go to bed in the spare bedroom, me and my girl. She wakes me up in the middle of the night. She's hitting me. And I look up, I'm like, what? Like pissed off. And she goes, your friend's in the bed. I was like, what? And I like raise my head up a little bit, and I can see he's behind her, like just on the other side, like this, passed out, sleep. And me in like a drunken, stupor, and like, I don't know, I've known this guy for fucking 20 years. I'm like, okay. And I start going back to sleep. She's like, great. She's like, great, get the fuck, move. So she moves, and she's like upset, and I'm like, God damn, I don't see what the problem is. And she like gets up, and she like sits down on the floor in the room. I slide my legs back into bed, and I start going back to sleep. Just me and my buddy. And then I hear how upset she is, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like snap out of it. You haven't had a serious girlfriend in a long time. Like you don't know like how this works, you're also old, so go fucking remedy this. So she like walks out, and she goes down to the living room. I leave. I start walking down the steps. It's soaking wet on the landing. He fucking took a piss, right? It's his own home, dude. You gotta mark your territory. He was just being super alpha with me there. So I go down, I fix the situation.
Ray's not gonna beat me to it. That's what he's saying.
Because I would have.
Oh, I know.
So I get back up, and I'm gonna go fix this. I'm sorry. I know I was being an asshole. I'm just drunk. I was tired. I get up there, and I wake him up, and he like shoots up. And he's like, all right, let me get my phone. Grabs my phone, starts like trying to leave. I'm like, put my fucking phone down. So he puts it down, he leaves, he goes to bed. Next morning, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get coffee downstairs. I go down, him and his wife are sitting there, and I look at him, I'm like, did you have fun last night, man? And he's like, nothing. He's like, oh yeah, was I sleeping in the spare room and you guys walked in? I was like, that's not how it happened, and then so I was like, you came in bed with us in the middle of the night, you fucking weirdo. And then he like starts asking him and his wife start asking these like 3 follow-up questions, and none of them were good for him. He's like, so like, I was at least facing the door. Nah, you weren't facing the door. You were cuddling.
He was cuddling. Yeah.
And then he's like, well, was I like just in like my jeans and my shirt? No. Nah, dude. Underwear, boxers.
Yep.
And then he's like, okay, well, like, did I like leave? Like I left like when you woke me up. Nah, not really. Andrew tried to steal my fucking phone.
This is the first time he's meeting your girlfriend.
First time he met my girlfriend.
Hilarious.
And she has just went through a week of being with my family, dealing with like the loss of my father, like meeting all them. And then it's like, oh, she was like, let me get a little break to like have some fun and like drink and go out. And then fucking my buddy does that.
See, there's a couple things. There's a couple things you could have done to, really ease the situation. One, you could have bought him a toilet, and then had a problem with the pee. That's why you buy your friend a toilet. You know what I mean? Doubles as a cum toilet and a piss toilet. And then second, at that point, you just double down when when your buddy's in bed with you and your girl, just cuddle with your buddy. I would have just cuddled. I would have been like, what? He's harmless.
Let's switch spots. I'll go in the middle. You go on the end.
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely the thought process. I was like, I ain't never shared a bed with this fucking guy before. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care.
That's what guys do, though. Like every trip I've ever been on,
yeah.
I remember in college, because you're like thrown into these like dorm situations in college, and then dudes just become very close.
Yeah,
it's like, and what did we say? There's no one gayer than straight dudes.
Yeah,
for sure. The amount of times where my mom, like, I remember in college, my buddies would come down in the summer. We'd have like these weekends, like swim in the pool, just get drunk and have a great, weekend. And the amount of times my mom would come up to like my bedroom, and she's like, yeah, I just walked up there. They're all... My dad would wake up and be like, where is everyone? And she would like go up and like check in the room. And she's like, all 7 of them are in Dylan's room. She's like, all right. There would be like one on the couch. And then literally my mom would come up, and I have like a full bed, and she's like, yeah, 3 of them are in that full bed, and then 3 of them are on the floor. And I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
well, if dudes are goofing, you don't want to fucking miss out, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
The best is when you wake up and one of them peed the bed, and then you play that game. Who peed the bed? And you're like, you're on it. And it's like we're all on it. It's like, all right. Yeah, I've done that before.
Dude, that's some of the this year. This year was the first year where we did 2 hotel rooms next to each other.
Yeah,
and that was like the worst, dude.
Really?
Well, it was nice.
You had separation anxiety,
but there was like, okay, well, the 3 of us, and we do the whole thing like drawing straws.
Yeah, because you don't want to separate people by, you know what I mean.
So it was all random. It was basically like we pulled out of a hat, and they were like, okay, you 3 in there, us 3 in here, and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
But like that was a first time. At 33, where like. We were separated, and I was like, it was still so fun. I mean, hanging out, just like showing pictures and like just talking shit. It was great. But yeah, not having 6 people in one room. You're like, I wonder what they're talking about in the other room.
Yeah.
You know?
And if it's like boring for a minute in the one room you're in, and you're like, I bet they're fucking over there laughing, man. This dude, this dude's fucking talking about this girl he's dating. Let's fucking go.
And the worst too is like when you're with a girl and then you get a text from like, if your boys are all hanging out, but you're with like a girl, like just so you could go home early.
Yeah.
Right? And all your boys are like still out, and you're just like in bed with that girl, and then you've already like hooked up, whatever. You're just kind of like calming down, and now you're like just chilling, and then you look at your phone, and they're like, "Where are you at?" We miss you.
The worst.
I've been in that situation where like I was in bed with a girl, like fully naked, and we're just like hanging out, and then I get a text like from my boys, like, "Where are you at? Like, we need you at the bar." And I'm just like, and then I look at the girl, and I'm just like laughing, and she goes, "What's up? What's so funny?" And I go, "My friends and I, we're just so gay." and then she like, but girls just don't get it. Yeah. Girls like will never understand this. So she looks at me, she goes, "What do you mean? You guys are gay?" And I go, and I was like, "Oh, not like we're gay. We're just gay." And she's like, "I don't know what that means." And I'm like, "Well, like we do things that are like questionable, but it's like funny." And she goes, how's being gay funny? And I'm like, "Well, this isn't gonna
showing
work."
Pictures of your dick to each other and being like, "Who's biggest?" That's gay, dude.
I had this with my girl. I'm like, we were out, and I'm looking at this group chat that I'm in, and I just am laughing like hysterically. Yeah. And then she's like, "What's so funny?" And I'm like, fuck, I really got to explain that we are just laughing about zooming in on pictures of Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett's nipples poking through his jersey. Because like the whole thing is like, damn, his pepperonis are on fleek. We're just going back and forth. And then it's like all these inside jokes included with hard nipples. And then they're like, damn, those must be serious. He's fucking pumped for the season, dude. That's what it is. He's raging. He's ready to go.
Dude, we have one friend from college, this girl who started dating this guy who she is gorgeous, this like model beautiful, and started dating this guy who looks like a gremlin. Really? Like,
that's usually how it goes.
Just like looks like it. When she started dating him, I was like, fuck, I feel like I had a chance the whole time. Damn it. But like, she's so beautiful. And our running joke is that he has a huge dick. Huge dick.
Of course.
So we always send each other zoomed in photos. We'll be like, look at that monster in those shorts.
He's all chubbed up.
Dude, we'll like zoom in. That's been a running joke for years now. I ended up randomly when I was living in Boston. I went out with a girl I met on like Hinge, and she was friends with this girl. Like from home. Yeah. And I had I was like, oh, that's so crazy. It eventually comes up where we start talking about her boyfriend, and I go, I bet he's got a huge dick. And she was like, what?
And she's like, you're weird.
And then I'm like, I doubled down. I'm like, no, like me and my friends have a run. And she's like,
No. You're acting like this is a weird thing. Here, I got all these pictures of his zoomed in crotch.
No, I'll show you. Dude, and she was needless to say, didn't have a second date. She was horrified.
I love the idea of you just keep doubling down. You're like, no, because her friend's super fucking hot, and we wanted to, your friend, like we all wanted to fuck her, and he's ugly. And no, not now. I'm down with you. I like you.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you're nice. Also,
now try doing that with a girl, but telling her that you bought your friend a cum toilet. So this toilet, right? It says "come in me" with a dartboard.
Dude, that was my these are the buddies who got me.
Toilet just for cum is wild.
I mean, if you had it like I was thinking you were gonna have it installed in his house.
To, but he threw it off into the ocean.
I would have been like, that would have been like an $80 toilet and a $1,200 installation.
Dude, I would have done it right in the middle of the
Hilarious.
fucking bedroom.
Just no curtain, just like free.
He's just hitting.
Your room is your bathroom
He's
now.
hitting bullseyes.
Have these dudes done shit to you? Like, what's the anything you could think of offhand?
Just balls in my head when first when to pass asleep, pass out at like a
Oh,
party
really?
or something. Yeah, but there's a few pictures out there of my friends just putting their nuts on my fucking forehead.
Hey, that sucks. You said it like it was like no big deal.
It's no big deal. Hey, come on, it's just boys being boys.
It's like
It wasn't like he put his dick on my face.
It's not gay because I was sleeping. It's not gay. Yes, he put his dick in my mouth, but like he didn't get hard. At least not all the way.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be. That's my one bugaboo, man.
Just getting nuts put on your forehead.
Is it?
No, like fucking with people when they're sleeping.
Oh yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, I don't fuck with people.
They did that to me on the most recent bachelor party I went on. That dude's bachelor party who came in bed with us. We went to the last part of the bachelor party is we go to a Steeler game, and we get like. I was the drunkest one by far, and I was the best man. I threw the thing, and like I walk into the game. I spent like $200 on tickets, like on a ticket. Walk into the game, go right into the bathroom. I piss in a trash can in the bathroom, and like there's pictures of that, which probably won't be shared. But I immediately I'm like I can't be here. Leave, go back to the Airbnb, and I just wake up the next morning and I am laying on like the wooden bed frame. I'm butt ass naked, laying on the wood frame like in the fetal position, and it smells like piss.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal, dude.
So I don't know what happened.
Oh, dude.
You know how like Jason Bourne woke up?
Yeah.
It's that, but I'm not a badass.
You don't find out you can do karate.
Yeah, I'm the
10
opposite.
minutes later.
You're just like, I'm a fucking drunk idiot.
You're waking up like the dad from Shameless.
But everybody's already gone. Everybody left the Airbnb.
So you can't even. It's not even funny when you wake up. It's like, he.
Yeah.
They went home?
Yeah, dude, because it was a Monday morning.
It's like,
that's
we had
It was
a
a Tuesday morning. I forget what it was because we went to a Sunday night or a Monday night game. I forget exactly what it was.
That sucks.
As fun as like the Thursday, Friday when everyone gets together, nothing is more sad than like the last day, everyone leaving, dude.
Yeah, and then you're just hungover, and you don't have anybody to spend the hangover with.
Horrible.
You know what I mean?
Last year they all came down and we went to a Mets game and like went drinking and stuff. Dude, that Sunday morning, I was so hungover. I was like, they were like, we need to get out of here by like 11.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it is 10:30 and I barely can open my eyes. I need significant more sleep.
And a bowl of pasta.
But at least thank God, dude.
yeah.
Thank God I was in New York and I just had to shoot
Just go down.
30 minutes to my apartment.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Have you ever killed anybody?
Yeah. 7 people, actually. I'm glad you asked,
Oh,
right?
a serial killer. Let's get into it.
No. But
Okay.
one of our best friends in our group, his dad was a homicide detective, now retired, obviously. He's old, but he was the last guy to interview Jeffrey Dahmer.
Whoa.
What?
Yep.
Really? And he got the locations of the bodies? Did he get any?
No, at this time, Dahmer just confessed to everything.
Damn.
He was just telling him how he did everything. And I was like, what was he like? And I'll never forget, my buddy's dad looked at me, he goes, he was a genius. And I was like, Kev, you're kind of an idiot. He's like, dude, he was telling me everything. And I was like, wow, well done. You know what I mean? Like, well played, buddy. Yeah.
That's insane, dude. That's wild.
Well, those dudes do have to have a little bit of charm.
Dude, I mean, if you look at the Bundy tapes, the judge says, because he represented himself and he almost won. Like, he almost won. And, like, like, as a lawyer, you probably had to learn about all this shit, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how law school is, but that's what they do in law school.
Pretty
they're like, look, if Ted Bundy could do it by himself, you could represent him. But
Law school is just watching a bunch of true crime docs.
yeah.
That's all we do. Honestly, it's just watch so many movies.
I'm sure if you're going into criminal law, though, that's something that you probably have
basically
to do.
Law school is they just show you Legally Blonde on the first day, and then they're like, you got it.
Have at it, boys.
They show you Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. They're like, this is what happens if you kiss a guy. So
they show you My Cousin Vinny.
Good luck. Yeah, that's it. Dude, there is actually in our library, no joke, they have every legal movie ever made. They have them in the library section.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, law school's the same as college. It's just harder.
Yeah.
But like that last year of law school, it's still like a bullshit year.
Yeah.
Because then you got to take the bar, which is really hard. But that last year of law school, dude, I took a class called law in movies, and then we had to like analyze every movie every week. It was such a joke.
Did you do My Cousin Vinny?
No, I did 12 Angry Men.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's great.
Really?
It's great. Really good. It's old movie, black and white, and it's just it literally opens at the end of the trial as they're going in the jury room, and then they're just deliberating. And it's one dude who's what's his name? Josh Peck?
Josh Peck.
Gregory
From Drake and Josh.
Gregory Peck. Yeah.
Josh Peck.
It's Josh Peck, Miranda Cosgrove, Ned's Declassified. It was a Nickelodeon movie, 12 Angry Men.
Yeah. And he convinces everyone why this guy's not guilty. And everyone's like, he's the hero of the movie. And I came in and I was like, yeah, this guy's the worst guy you want on a jury. I was like, this guy is the bad guy in the movie. He's bringing in outside evidence. He's doing all the shit you're not supposed to do. And even the professor was like, this is what? And I was like, I don't know, man. You told me to analyze this. I'm not going to just do the obvious one.
Yeah.
When
Take a different approach.
I'm going to take a different approach.
Yeah, even if you're wrong.
Yeah, who cares?
I used to do that with poetry class because I was a creative writing major, so I had to take poetry classes. My last workshop ever, dude, I fucking sucked at poetry. I'll never forget, like, my teacher looks at me and he goes, all right, Brandon, like, and we read a poem and it was something about, like, the leaves on the tree are dark. Yeah. It's like something like that, right? Like that was like one of the stanzas or whatever. And I just look at him and he's like, Brandon, what does that mean? And I go, I think it's just, somebody's sad. They're missing someone a lot right now. And he just looks at me and he goes, let me tell you something. If you never try and just decipher like a poem, I'll give you a B. And just show up. And that was the end of that.
Holy shit, that's so funny.
Yeah.
You just derailed everything in the class.
I was a fucking menace, dude.
They look sad.
Yeah. He's like, dude, you do not understand poetry. I was like, not one bit. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I don't even listen to the lyrics and music. Like, people are like, that song's great. And like when you have like a friend who's like, I love this song because like of what it says.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just like the way it sounds. Like, I just like the way it sounds in my ears. The melody's nice. I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
Did you ever enjoy a song like that and then you find out what the song's about and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you one that off the top of my head. Foster the People.
Oh, yeah.
Pumped Up Kicks?
Pumped Up Kicks.
Yes.
Yeah, I found out what it was about, and I was like, I like this even more.
Yeah. You're like, I got inspired.
I was like, well, this is good. This is like a manifesto.
But yeah, I remember finding out with that fucking song, man, and I was like already in too deep with it because I was like, I'm already like, I know every single word. That's the best when you finally know every single word, because then you don't feel like a poser anymore. Yeah. Like I can sing along to it without like I'm like that with Juicy with B.I.G. Yeah. I know every single word to Juicy. But I have no idea what the fuck he's saying. I mean, I guess he's actually, that's a pretty easy one. He's coming from like rags to riches, talking about like what it's like now. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. I like the melodies of songs more than I.
The big one is Third Eye Blind.
Oh, I wish you would step up from that ledge, my friend. Yeah.
Semi-Charmed Kind of Life. You're thinking it's like Semi-Charmed Kind of Life. And then they're like,
it's about
heroin
crystal
addiction.
Meth.
Yeah. Crystal meth. One of them.
I'm packed and I'm holding, I'm smiling, she looking.
Yeah.
Go down, live for me. She says she lives for the ovation.
Yeah, I was singing that at the beach when I was like 9.
Everyone's going to have that stuck in their head now.
Yeah.
Dude, put it on, baby. I love that song, dude. It's a great song.
If you ever go to the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, Don Barris is the guy he's been there since like.
The Ding Dong Show.
The Ding Dong Show, yeah. He's been there since like the beginning of the store. Like he's been around for a while. He's like the last like OG there, or one of them. But he closes out the store every night at like 1:30 in the morning.
I've heard that, yeah.
And he does the same set every night, and it's just a bunch of outlandish bits that he's had for years. And like one of the bits is like, so he'll be bombing or whatever because there's like 6 people in the OR just watching him, and he'll just be quiet for a second, and he'll just be like, I'm packed in, I'm holding, I'm smiling. She lives in that, she is for me. And then everybody's like, I want something else to get me through this. Semi-Charmed Kind of Life.
It's great.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, he'll just sing the whole song. Yeah.
I honestly just want to sing the song now.
Dude, it's a good song.
It's a really good song.
Yeah.
You got any trips coming up?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Barcelona, Barcelona in August, London, Greece, doing that run again.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I kind of got inspired by a guy I caddy for. He kind of like, I wasn't going to go this year. I had no plans of going back to Europe this year. And then I was talking to this guy about Greece. And he was like, you been to Greece? And I was like, yeah. He's like, what's your favorite island? And I go, oh, Eos by far. Love Eos. And he goes, dude, nobody knows about Eos. And I go, that's why I love it. And he goes, I was there in 98. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I was in college. He goes, I was there. Ended up going for like a weekend trip. He goes, ended up, he's like, I was studying abroad in London, went for a weekend trip with a bunch of girls. We were hanging out, having a blast. The girls ended up going back to London. My buddy and I were like, fuck it, we're going to stay longer. He goes, we just dropped our classes, didn't go back. We pretty much dropped out of school. We had a flat in London. We traded our flat with a group of Australians who wanted to go to London from Greece. He goes, we gave our keys to our flat to these Australians. They gave us the keys to their boat on the island, and then
awesome.
And also the keys to their apartment that they had. And he goes, we ran their boat tubing business, which is right outside of a hostel that I stayed at, the first hostel I've ever stayed at. He goes, it was right outside on the beach.
That's awesome.
And he goes, we ran their boating business for a while. And then he goes, back then we didn't have cell phones, so we had no contact with these guys. So the only way we would get in touch with them is if they called a local bar that we would go hang out at. So it would get to a point like every week, like we'd go to the bar and then the telephone would ring at the bar and the bartender would answer and he'd go, Dave, the Australians are calling. They want to know if you guys ready to come back or what? They want to stay in London longer. He goes, tell them another week. And then it went, in Greece and Barcelona and like all these like party cities, it goes through seasons. So like the season went from like April to like beginning of September. Mm-hmm. So he's like, let's just ride it out to the beginning of September and we'll go back to London and figure our lives out. So they stayed there the rest of the summer. They go back to London. They're like, we need to get a degree. Like, what the fuck were we thinking? But we just had the most magical time in Greece, whatever. DJs, fucking boating, girls, everything, right? Drugs, sex, drugs, rock and roll. They get back to London. He meets with the dean of students, basically tells him, hey, I dropped out for this. And then the dean goes, all right, write me a paper about like detailing your summer and tell me exactly what happened. So like a fucking movie. That's
unbelievable.
Him and his buddy had to write a paper to the dean of students to get administrated back to the school.
Wow.
And then, and so the dean passed them and then passed them in their classes, whatever, and they got to graduate.
Dude, college is such a sham.
It's just such a sham.
Oh my God.
So then fast forward to the day I caddy for him for the first time. We're talking about EOS, whatever, and then he's like, yeah, dude, no one knows about EOS. He goes, I was on a date before I met my wife. I was on a date with a girl, and then she went up to go to the bathroom, and there was like a girl who was on another date with a guy next to me, and she was talking about Greece and brought up EOS. And then the guy got up to go to the bathroom, and it just so happened that we were just alone. And I looked over to her and I said, I'm sorry, beg your pardon. Did you just say to him that you love EOS Greece? And the girl goes, yeah, I was there in like 1998. Me and my girls, we had a great time. And he goes, no way. Like I was there in 1998. And then she was like, no way. I have like a bunch of pictures on my phone. Like maybe we were at the same places. And they started going through like pictures. And she gets to one picture where she's on a boat with her friends.
Oh my God.
And she goes, this was like a day me and my friends went on like this boat. We had a great day. We were tubing and like just hung out in like the water. And he goes, wait a second, let me see that boat. And then like he zooms in and he goes, this is the boat my buddy and I were running for these Australians while they were at our flat like for that summer. And then he zooms in more. He goes, I'm driving the boat.
Oh shit.
And then he goes, are you going back? Like he's telling me, he's like, are you going back?
Oh
and
my God.
I go, I don't know. He goes, dude, these are like the experiences that you'll get, like just going to this island. He goes, dude, if I could go back in time, I would just go there every summer until I can't anymore. He goes, because there's going to be a time where like you just can't go to these places anymore. They become impossible. I go, you'll never go back? He goes, no, I got a wife and kids. Like you don't go there anymore. It's over. And he goes, so I was like, I'm going to go. So I messaged the bar that I did a show at last year. I was like, you want to run it back? And they're like, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah, so
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Did he end up going out with the girl he met at the table?
No.
Oh, see, I thought that was going to be.
No.
And he's like, and then that's
his wife. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna.
crazy.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. I was getting
Yeah.
all fucking pumped up.
Yeah,
dude,
no.
what a coincidence, dude.
Yeah.
Being on the same boat and then sitting next to each other at the same restaurant on the same night at the same time, 20 years later.
Yeah.
Chills.
That's crazy.
I got chills.
Chills. Dude, look at that.
Yeah.
All clammy.
Yeah, it's wild. In
No,
New
no.
York. Like, there's in New York.
In
like
New York,
yeah.
dude.
But,
Crazy.
but that's the thing about that little island, dude. It's just like, it's one of those places, and it's not just that place. It's every place that you love in the world. If it's your secret hideout. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you share those experiences with people that not a lot of people have.
What's the worst hostel you've ever stayed in? The worst place?
Fuck. Lost Souls Oktoberfest in 2019. It's just a campsite. It was a shithole campsite. You had to go to the concierge, which was just like a tent run by these Australian hippies, and you had to ask them for, they called them shit tickets, but it was toilet paper. So you had to ask them for like sheets of toilet paper if you wanted to go take a shit. And so like, this is what set the precedent. I knew this is what was going to be like, what the hostel was going to be like as soon as we checked in. As we're checking in, some guy is like, it's like midday. Oktoberfest is like the next morning. And so we go to like check in, and this guy is like, he's already been staying there, I guess, for a minute. And like, he comes over to the lady as we're checking in. He goes, "Hey, you mind if I get some toilet paper?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, you want some shit tickets? You want to take a shit?" And we're like, oh my God, dude, this guy's getting eviscerated right now. And then he's like, "Yeah, can I just fucking have the roll?" And
Can I not call them shit tickets, please?
Dude, and she's like, "If you want the shit tickets, you can't take the roll. You gotta take you gotta take as many as you need, mate." And he's like, "I don't know how much I'm gonna need.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
can
know
I
what
just
it's
get the
gonna
roll?"
be.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I didn't shit that whole fucking time.
How was so that was Germany.
was
How was
Germany,
that?
Munich.
Oktoberfest.
It was great. Yeah, it's fun.
That's fucking.
If you like beer,
yeah.
and you just like going all day, it's a fun time.
All that
pretty
beer
good.
and you weren't going through a lot of shit tickets?
No, I mean, I was shitting in places where away from that fucking
Dude,
campsite.
you're just eating it's just cheese and beer and
How fucking
Dough.
humiliating is that?
Dude,
That must be-
Australians are fucking, they're wild.
Have you been to Australia?
No, never. I love Australians though. Like,
Is that
the
on your
Australians
list?
I met. Yeah. So I did Edinburgh Fringe Fest last year, and these two Australians came to my show, and they followed me on Instagram afterwards. And one of them is like, shout out Andrew, cool guy, loves comedy. He's been talking to me every time I post something. He'll be like, "Mate, you gotta come to Australia, come to the Down Under." You know what I mean? So
That's the way to travel. If you like know someone who can
Yeah.
show you all the spots.
dude, all it takes is one fucking person. You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
You go to London, like, I met one guy in London who followed me randomly on Instagram last year, and now he's a good buddy of mine. Shout out Lee Hudson,
best.
great comic.
What's up,
you
Lee?
know, he got me like 15 spots in the matter of 2 weeks.
That's
I was
awesome.
out there.
Because
That's
like
great.
you could go somewhere, like if you come to New York for a weekend,
Yeah.
even a day,
Yeah.
you could have a bad time.
Yep.
It could be boring as fuck.
Yep.
Like if you're just like, oh, it's been my dream to go to New York, and you go to like the Museum of Natural History and like Times Square, and you eat it like
Ray's Pizza.
Fridays. Yeah, just like it could be bad.
Yeah.
You know, you need someone to take you around. And like I had such a good time when I went to Cleveland for the Cleveland.
I said no one ever.
I know, Cleveland Comedy Festival. I did that a couple of years ago.
I love
and
I
it
love
was
that he's
so
talking
fucking
about
fun.
Germany and Greece, and then you're like, dude, fuck, you know, those places
You ever
sound.
been-
You ever been to a Cavaliers game?
You like the Rock and Roll History Museum?
Dude, also had a great time in Detroit. I was scared for my life.
Did you go to Mom's Spaghetti?
No, this was This was before it was created, dude. I remember we ended up meeting up with like this guy that my buddy knew, and all of his friends came out, and all of his friends looked like I was like, oh, thank God they're with us, because I feel like they're gonna fight someone tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was this one dude who was like crazy, tattoos everywhere. You know, I was like, oh, he's unhinged.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we go to this hot dog spot. I guess they're big on like Nathan's hot dogs. It's a huge thing. And they order, he's like, I got everything. He orders hot dogs for like 15 people. Okay. And I didn't realize this. He orders one just chili, no hot dog. So he puts them on the table. There's like 35 hot dogs on the table. Okay. And he's like, everyone grab. So I literally grab one and I start eating it. And I was like, I don't think there's a hot dog in this. I take like 2 bites, and he fucking, all of a sudden I hear just someone like punch the table, and he goes, who the fuck took my fucking chili dog? Who the fuck took it? And dude, my first thought was just throw the entire thing in my mouth and destroy the evidence. That was my first thought.
At that point, you're like, I'm not
This
going
is a
down.
guy, he's got like face tattoos, and I was like, I've seen him like fucking almost punch a homeless person that night, and I was like, I go, hey man, I'm so sorry. I think I I was wondering why there wasn't a hot dog in this. I already took a bite. I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt. And he was like, oh, that's fine, dude. Do you want it? You can have it. I was like, no. I wanted a hot dog. And he's like, all right, that's fine. I'll eat it. And I was like, oh my God, dude. I was like shitting my pants there. As soon as they left, I told my buddies, I was like, that was the scariest moment of my life.
And what an overreaction.
Yeah, they were probably like, thank God he don't live here because he murders people.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, he was talking about, he's like, yeah, one of my buddies, they found the bodies. And he's like, never ask where they hide the bodies. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
I was like, keep going, but I don't want to hear this story.
I don't want to be connected with you in any way.
No, dude.
You had that fucking sea bass moment from Dumb and Dumber.
Who the fuck?
You know what I mean? He whipped the salt behind you, and it's like, God, who did that? And you're like, fuck.
Seabass and the boys say that they're picking up this one. Seabass said that? They're like, if that's Seabass, then I think so. They point to him. He's just like,
oh, shit.
That movie was great.
Yeah, dude, that scared the shit out of me, man.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Are you guys big drinkers? You big ever fights when you're with your buddies?
No.
Or are you more of a happy-go-lucky group?
Happy-go-lucky. If you try arguing, like you just get retarded out. Everybody's just like, you're retarded. Like everybody's just like, people just like fuck with somebody to the, like if somebody's mad, we're like, oh, you're mad? Oh, he's mad. Everybody look, he's mad. Like and the whole group just gangs up on you until you're just like, all right, I'm being a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? I'll figure it out.
What about outside people trying to fight you guys?
Oh, all the time.
Outside the group. Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah. We got into we were staying in a 30-man hostel in Pamplona, Spain, and we almost got into a fight with these Australian kids.
Is this when you ran with the Bulls?
This is when we ran with the Bulls. Yeah, we came because what we do, we don't come home till like the ass crack of dawn, and then we're just like we get in. It's like we're loud, inconsiderate, just exactly what they think Americans are.
Yeah.
Right, and we come in, we're just like dying laughing, like for nothing. We're not even saying anything. My buddy Stu and I, in particular, would just come home. We're just like, making each other laugh. I'm ripping ass, just like trying to wake up the whole hospital. People are like, shut the fuck up. So we cut it out. The next night, this was the second night, they wanted to fuck with us. So they came in. We all wanted to go to sleep early because we were like, we're dead tired. And then we had a flight to Ibiza the next morning. So, we're all trying to like get some sleep, and then they come busting through the door and they go, American cons, wake the fuck up. You guys aren't sleeping tonight. And we're like, okay, you're not going to like out retard us.
Yeah.
Like you just set up like a big fire. Like you don't even know. And then we just like went to war with them just like in a screaming match. And they're throwing like facts at us about America that like they hate, and we're just like throwing like random shit that makes no sense to them. I'm like, isn't your prime minister Homer Simpson? And they're like, what is this guy talking about? And then they're bringing up school shootings, and then my buddy, he's talking to them. He's like, oh, you guys hate school shootings? And he goes, what? You don't hate school shootings? And my buddy's like, I'll never forget it. He goes, here's what I love about school shootings. I jerk off to them. That's how much I love them. And it just fucking just made this guy lose his mind. He could not fathom the idea that somebody would like say something like that. And he just looks at me, he goes, you know what you just said? You're probably fucked up. You're going to be regretting that in the morning, mate. And then my buddy looks at him, he goes, you want to know how sober I am? He goes, I can get in my car right now, go to your mom's house, bang her out, come back here, get a good night's sleep, wake up tomorrow and tell you the whole story word for word. He goes, I will not forget this. And the guy goes, yeah, it's fucked up. Everybody is fucked up. It just made
Dude, I love that, man. It's like, don't poke the bull, dude.
Yeah.
Don't fucking...
Fucking America rips, dude.
We're
the best.
You can't outdumb us. Like we're the most obnoxious country.
Which, hey, I'm good with it.
I'm proud of it.
If
to be honest, though, I've heard other countries are shitty, way more shitty than us. We are very nice and polite, not rude, I've heard.
Oh my God. One time we were walking on a bridge in Budapest, like the main bridge in Budapest that like unites like the city with like the parliament over there or whatever. And we're walking across and this, we're just like talking shit, like just being gross, we're just being guys like, she sucked my dick, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And this lady walks by and she goes, Americans, fucking disgusting. And then my buddy looks back at her and he goes, what was that? She goes, I said you're gross. And then my buddy goes, yeah, where are you from? And then she said like some fucking country. And he goes, yeah. Bet you wouldn't go to war with us. Yeah, you wouldn't go to war with us, lady. Keep it walking, huh?
Hilarious, dude.
Yeah. You're doing the Lord's work over there.
Oh yeah, dude. We go over there, we cause a fucking ruckus.
Really representing for us.
It's really fucking cementing their opinions of us.
Oh yeah, I mean, even in Budapest, dude, because what we like to do is one of the last nights of like our trips, we like to put a name in a hat, and then we all draw a name, and then whoever's name you get to dress that person up for a night. So
hilarious.
It usually just ends up one guy gets dressed up like a woman, so then everybody just retaliates with like dressing everybody up like a woman. And in Budapest, like I don't know if you guys know anything about Budapest, like their government's like pretty like hardcore. Like they do not like a lot of things, and they definitely are not down with being cross-dressers. Yeah. And dude, we showed up to like every bar like just dressed like women. You know what I mean? And every bar was like, absolutely not. Like, no. And we had to drink at our hostel. We're not going to take off the clothes. Yeah, that's what we ended up doing.
That's hilarious.
Did you have a buddy that was the hottest?
Yeah, my buddy Daniel. He's a very good-looking guy. We dressed him up like he looked like Little Debbie, kind of.
He made a good woman?
Yeah, he made a good woman.
Dude, who hasn't dressed up like a woman, you know?
Yeah. That was actually probably the worst hostel I've ever stayed at, too. Retox Hostel was $13 a night. Oh. Retox. Yeah. They closed it down. It was in Budapest.
Really?
It was really bad.
What do you mean, who hasn't dressed up like a woman?
You haven't?
Like recently?
Yeah, I did in college.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, I don't think I did.
I did a Halloween. I did, there was this, do you remember the show? It was like a Little Britain?
No.
Little Britain. It was a British show, comedy, and there was this guy.
A remake of Young Sheldon?
Up, dude.
Little Britain?
Little Britain. He would dress up like a woman, and all my buddies, I'll show you the picture after. It's embarrassing. But in college, without a beard, I looked exactly like this dude when he dressed like a woman. So that was the running joke where they were like, I forget her name, dude, but they were like, oh my God, this is you. So like, I just owned it. And on Halloween, I dressed up as that character. Yeah. And like, I got like a plaid jumper from like the thrift store, you know, and I got a wig. And then I just did the accent. I was like, oh, I'm in the hospital. The whole night, just got wasted.
Dude, our senior bar crawl, my buddies and I, we got together. We just bought a bunch of like latex, like BDSM shit. We just went out dressed like gimps. In our college bars, I fucking walked my buddy into a bar with our dog's like chain leash.
You look like
them in on all fours.
Dodgeball when they all walk onto the court.
That's what we wanted to go to. Yeah, that's what we wanted to go for. Yeah. And
dude, you guys, I miss that. We used to dress up all the time.
It's the best.
Crazy shit.
It makes the night worth going out.
It makes it so much more exciting.
Yeah, and everybody wants to keep hanging out. Yeah. Oh, the best is when the outfit's like falling apart late at night.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
Like hammered.
Right after college, I remember we did this bar crawl. We used to go out, dress up all the time. And it was like an 80s night. Yeah. So I did like a cut-off jean jacket and like cut-off like jeans, shorts, you know, and like a gloves. I found gloves, like fingerless gloves. Yeah. And I started, my buddies were like, oh, this is like Buzz. Like, that's your character, Buzz. So the whole night I was just Buzz.
You're Buzz.
And dude, I was just owning the character, okay? So we graduate that year. The next year I'm in law school. I come back for a bar crawl. Yeah. And they surprise me where my buddy got this picture of me printed on a t-shirt, and that's what we wore. It was the Memorial Day bar crawl, and it was like the Buzz edition, and we all went out wearing this t-shirt of me.
It's fucking great.
And I was also like way fatter in the picture, and people would be like, oh, is it your birthday? And I'm like, no, you know, it's just my friends are assholes.
You're like, I'm just Buzz, dude.
I'm just Buzz, dude.
Yeah.
I did that last week.
Did you put somebody on a shirt? One of your buddies?
No, I dressed up like a cowboy and went to drunk and high and went to get ice cream and just talked in the fucking accent.
Just by yourself
with my girlfriend.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that's fucking amazing.
And then
way to keep it alive.
I had like a leather jacket over a plaid shirt and a cowboy hat. And I was just in there the whole time like, damn, there's too many flavors in this place, man. Shit, dude. Hey, I just want some ice cream, man. Ain't nothing more American than just fucking good ice cream. And then when we walked back, every time that there was a flag, I would stop and fucking take my hat off and salute it.
There's a restaurant in Florida called Mission Barbecue. And every day at noon, everybody stops what they're doing so they can do the national anthem.
I love that.
You can't.
The
you can't
American
eat.
national
Yeah,
anthem?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
hilarious.
say, can you see? Like that
Hilarious.
is every day at noon. Mission barbecue.
I'm doing a bar crawl for my birthday
America.
in a couple of weeks. I should theme it.
Yeah.
What weekend?
August 6th.
I won't be here.
I'll
be in
fuck.
Barcelona.
That weekend?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's when my birthday is. I don't know. I want to do a
I
bar
won't be
crawl
there. I
in
won't be there
Astoria.
the first 2 weekends of. Do it the third week.
I'll figure it out.
I'll be home.
I need a good I need a good theme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
come up
go.
with a
If
good
it's
theme.
if it's when
Yeah.
I'm come back, I'll go.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
absolutely.
you should, dude. This would be fun.
I love theme. It's the only way I really go out, honestly.
I love a theme.
Yeah.
That's why I love Halloween. Halloween's so much
best.
fucking fun.
Dude, if I go out dressed like this, I'm like, I don't want to spend any money. If you're like, let's dress up like women, I'm like, take my wallet. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely.
yeah,
take my wallet.
you're a broke guy but a rich woman.
Oh,
I love that.
Oh, I'm the richest in West Village. If I'm
when you
dressed
dress like a
Reba
lady.
McEntire.
You know.
I love that it's Reba.
They're like, Reba's mine, everybody but mine. So I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean?
Dude, well, when you dress like a lady, everybody buys you drinks.
Everybody
so,
buys
you
it.
know?
They're like, this guy's great. You know?
She's so hot.
You know,
It's like, that's a guy, right?
You know what else gets everybody going? My buddy and I figured this out. Was belt limbo. If you don't have a dance move, being a white guy's tough nowadays on the dance floor.
Yeah.
If you want to just get an easy win, get the whole bar rallied around you, get in the middle of the dance floor with your buddy, take off your belt if you're wearing a belt, throw the other end to your buddy, just raise it up, and just watch people flock to you to do limbo.
That's so good,
And
dude.
then you just keep going down until, people get really low. And it's just like a whole thing. You get the whole bar going wild.
Oh,
What a
that's
move.
brilliant.
And dude, I did that at a wedding recently, at my buddy's wedding. I broke out the belt. I go, Kyle, I should throw my belt to my buddy Kyle. I go, Kyle, grab this. He goes, what we doing? I go, just raise it. We raised it up. I go, all right. And then I just had a few people walk through to test the
Yeah.
waters. Dude, by like 2 minutes in, everybody's doing limbo. Everybody's like, woo, like going down
That
below.
is huge.
All the guys are like, look, because girls love it. Girls specifically are like, oh, I want to do this. And all the guys just looking at me like, dude, nice move,
That's brilliant, dude.
Yeah.
You know what my wedding move is?
Yeah.
My wedding move, the last few weddings I've been to, is at the end of the night when everyone's wasted, I do the unbutton of the shirt, right?
Yeah.
It just gets lower and lower.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
And then, but I'm like, I'm wearing an undershirt. So it started where I just ripped my undershirt open so I could, expose my chest a little bit.
Ooh.
And then it has escalated to you slowly go around and you convince people to also rip their undershirts. Dude, every wedding I've been to, the last 3 weddings, every guy has left with a ripped undershirt.
That's fucking great.
You just slowly, and then when people don't want to do it. Dude, I went to my last wedding I did this was my cousin's wedding, 2020 probably, fall. And dude, I'm getting my uncles. My cousins were like, don't do his. And I'm like, he loves it.
He loves it. Yeah, leave him alone. He's having
ripping
a good
it
time.
open. He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah. All right. This is how people live, baby.
Dude, we've done zippers down. Just no matter what, just keep your zipper down at all times. We've done pants off. We've taken our pants off.
Well, you had that one. What did you guys did the naked in? Was that Colorado or Denver? Where you
we
told
did.
me
We bought these jock straps. Yeah, in Park City, Utah. Next to Park City, Utah has a main street called. It's just called Main Street, but then they have their main bar there called No Name Saloon. And we were leaving there pretty hammered and coming home, and then we were walking by this little boutique store, but this boutique store sells real fur. Anything there, the cheapest thing there is $50,
Yeah.
which is this chinchilla jock strap. It's chinchilla fur with a tail in the back, and that's the cheapest thing they have, and it goes all the way up to $50,000 fur coats.
God, dude.
And we were walking by, and the one thing they have advertised in the window is a mannequin rocking this fur jockstrap. We're like, oh, we're getting those. And we walked in, we bought 7 of them right off the bat, and then just put them on. We were like, can we wear these out of the store? And the lady goes, yeah, people do it for Sundance all the time. We're like, we're not gonna get arrested. She goes, no. And then we took off our pants in the changing room in that store and just changed into these jockstraps, started running up and down Main Street. But then we took it too far. We would just go to the bars, take off our pants. Girls are playing with the tails, and we're getting kicked out of bars, whatever, dude. And yeah, it was fun. My buddy ended up getting kicked out of one bar. He got kicked out of No Name, and then we're like, where's Doan? And then we get a call, and he goes, dude, I'm outside. They won't let me back in. And we're like, ah. And then we get back outside with him, and we're like, let's go to another bar. And he goes, dude, I got to tell you the funniest story. He goes, so I get kicked out, talking to the security guard. He goes, what happened? And I go, oh, I was taking off my pants, fucking around up there. And he goes, He goes, you should have been here earlier, dude. There was some guy streaking up and down the street, like in these fur jock straps. Today, and then my buddy goes, "Oh, that was us." And the guy was like, "Dude, we love you guys." And he goes, "You love me enough to let me back in the bar?" He goes, "No, I can't do that." And that was it.
Good. That's so funny, dude. Fuck, we're past an hour right now, dude. So that seems like a good place to wrap it up. That was great, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Tell the people where they can find you if you have anything coming up. This will be out in like 2 weeks, I think.
At Brandon O. Barrera on Instagram, and then at Barber_88 on TikTok, and then Love Caddies podcast. Do it with TJ Francis, great guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Barcelona coming up. We're headlining the Comedy Clubhouse, doing a bunch of spots in London, and then Greece. We're doing Hellenic Socials. So we're going to be in EOS, Greece.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Fucking yeah, definitely check out Brandon. We love having you, man.
I love coming
here.
great, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Such a blast.
Yeah.
You can find me on social media at Zawodni. I don't know when this is coming out, but it's going to be before August. Yeah. I will be at the Attic in Columbus, Ohio, headlining. So come on out to that. I'd like to sell a lot of tickets. And you catch me here every Wednesday on Troublemakers with my boy.
At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and at Troublemakers on all those social media sites. We post clips 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week sometimes. These episodes are out every Wednesday. Go follow Brandon, and we'll see you next week, baby. Good night.
Bye.
See ya.